Wells Fargo stole my home and equity in it. My name is Walter. I have been a hard-working, sincere, responsible person, but I had a bad and not easy life. I was born a paraplegic, but got around very well with crutches and was able to work 40 to 50 hours a week. I never married and supported my mother, who was a widow for 30 years. I owned 2 homes which were mortgage-free. After my mother passed away 18 years ago, I hired a housekeeper to cook, clean, and do menial chores around the house. This took a drain on my finances, so I sold my 3-flat residence in Chicago for money and later put a mortgage on my home in Morton Grove, Illinois. On March 24, 2014, I was in a van accident and taken to Lutheran General Hospital in Park Ridge. I spent nearly 3 weeks under heavy sedation, and during that time I acquired a very deep keel ductus ulcer which forced me into a nursing home for nearly 3 months treating this ulcer, or I could have lost my leg. This was serious malpractice. While in the nursing home being treated for my heel ulcer, Wachovia Bank told me that because of the government bailout and being a handicapped senior, that they would let me buy out my $117,000 mortgage for $50,000, which was $67,000 less. I told them as soon as I get out of the nursing home that I will take advantage of it. After leaving the nursing home, I contacted the Wachovia Bank, but they said that I was 2 days late, and they sold my building to Wells Fargo for $30,000. So I contacted Wells Fargo, but they would not give me the same deal, even though they had made a $20,000 profit on it. I had well over $200,000 equity in my building. If Wachovia was willing to do it, why not Wells Fargo? Instead of helping me as a handicapped senior citizen, which they were supposed to do according to the government bailout program, Wells Fargo took the $10 billion government bailout money for themselves and made loans with it and cut me out. I got an attorney by the name of John F. Stimson from Skokie, Illinois, to handle my foreclosure case against Wells Fargo, who took $4,000 retainer fee from me, but at an organization named Open Community, which I was working with at that time, said that they were doing all the work and that Attorney Simpson wasn't representing me properly. And so I felt that he might be selling me out to Wells Fargo. So I immediately fired him and demanded he refund my money. But instead countered me by sending me an additional bogus bill for $1,659.88, which was not authorized. We had a $4,000 limit agreement and no more. Any amount beyond $4,000 had to be mutually agreed upon in advance, and it wasn't. So he sent me a phony statement. I will send a copy of this letter to the Illinois Attorney Registration and Disciplinary Commission regarding Attorney Simpson's dishonesty with me. Then I retained a law firm called Bill Busters, who took $2,800 retainer fee from me. The attorney, Bill Busters, went to court and requested an extension on my trial, but the judge refused to give me the extension. Why refuse an extension? This looked very suspicious to me, like some kind of a fix was in. The extension should have been given to me, but the trustees from Wells Fargo said, "I don't care if he's handicapped or crippled. We need the money now." I was shocked to hear the lawyer from Wells Fargo make that statement, because I was told on the phone that Wells Fargo would not throw me out on the street because of me being handicapped. I held on to the hope that something could be worked out. I contacted a third lawyer by the name of David Schneider in the office of Glenn Beckham and sent him for $4,300. He took off with my money and did nothing. He is under investigation now by the Illinois Regulation Department, not because they can't find him after they took my money. Wells Fargo got my building for $30,000 from Wachovia Bank and would not give me the same deal Wachovia offered me, would still make $20,000 profit on it. Something stunk here to high heaven. I had 3 different law firms and spent over $11,000 in legal fees with no results. So I went to the Elderly Disciplinary Law Support Program at the Daly Center in Chicago, hoping to get a pro bono attorney who would be willing to take my case. But I was told by the staff working there that were specifically instructed to deny me from getting a pro bono attorney. Why was I specifically singled out from getting a pro bono attorney, and why, and by whom? As I sat there waiting for my turn to be served at the Elderly Disciplinary Program, I noticed a bias in which other ethnic groups were being treated much nicer than those of Christian background. I had made arrangements with the American Advisor Group, AAG, where they would have given me a reverse mortgage. I could have actually stayed in my home property for the rest of my life, free of charge from the equity I had in my home, and AAG would even pay my real estate taxes from my equity. I had the deal already secured with AAG, but Wells Fargo to sell my mortgage to me for $250, and Wells Fargo using government bailout money, and then Wells Fargo turned around and sold my property for $228,000 to the Right Residential Group. This did not make any sense at all. I was offering more money and Wells Fargo was turning me down. Right Residential Group, my mortgage for $228,000. Though a share sale, whilst Wells Fargo refused my $250. I suspected a possible collusion between Wells Fargo and the Right Residential Group, and also blackballed me with the Elder Disability Law Support Program to prevent me from getting a pro bono attorney. So I lost over $200,000 equity in my home, leaving me penniless. I made phone calls and I sent letters and faxes to Wells Fargo that I had 2 different offers, one from AAG and the other from Wachovia Bank. Wells Fargo ignored both of them. Then I sent a certified letter to the Right Residential Group, and they refused to accept my certified letter, which I mailed to them, and my letter returned unopened. Finally, I contacted a 5-star attorney named Stanley Chaya in Niles, Illinois, who was very honest, candid, and straightforward with me. And then he set me straight. He said, if I took your case, Walter, I would lose because they are too strong. I would take your money, and then you would lose it and become angry with me. I have a good reputation for winning cases, and I don't want to lose my good reputation. He confirmed what I already suspected, that Wells Fargo was not strong, but that they were corrupt to the core, and that everybody around them paid off. Wells Fargo already has a bad reputation, but what they did to me hit a new low. Wells Fargo is thoroughly corrupt. And so Wells Fargo refused my $250,000 offer with AAG, but ended up selling my building to the Right Residential Group for $228,000, which was $22,000 less money. While in the meantime, I was blackballed from getting a pro bono attorney from the Elderly Disability Law Support. They stole over $200,000 of equity in my home, and all the hopes, expectation, and negotiation, a settlement was smashed. On January 19, 2017, I was completely forced out of my home and put on the street, and I ended up at Lee Manor Nursing Home. Right Residential then moved all my items from my home on January 27th onto the front lawn. I took the pace bus, and on that day, the supervisor supervised the movers as to what to take from to the storage. Spending 4 hours in the cold gave me a serious virus, so I was put in isolation at the nursing home and not allowed to leave and go to the court on February 2nd on my case against Wells Fargo. I need a pro bono foreclosure attorney and also a legal malpractice attorney and against Lutheran General Hospital case. I will take a polygraph test, and every statement I make here is 100% accurate to the best of my knowledge. I am desperate and seeking a pro bono legal and medical malpractice lawyers. If you or anyone else you know can help me, please call me at 847-744-0105. 847-744-0105. Thank you for listening.